developments. Now to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. A few developments this morning.
Yeah, we're watching for everything from a possible vice presidential pick to the latest in the shooting investigation and a ruling that could affect one of Donald Trump's court cases. Our Dana Kozlov live for us in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention. And there's already been a few events this morning. Dana.
There have, Marie and Jim. I'm live in the Fiserv Arena, Fiserv Forum, where the convention is taking place. And we are expecting, as you kind of alluded to, big news out of the convention today. Former President Donald Trump is expected to name his vice presidential pick this afternoon. Exactly when that happens, we will bring it to you live. It's already a festive atmosphere here in Milwaukee overall. So check out the fun top hats being passed out as the Illinois delegation picked up their credentials. Former Alderman and Cook County State's Attorney candidate Bob Fioretti was just one of the prominent Republicans at this morning's breakfast. Two Illinois legislators told our Joe Donlin they believe Saturday's assassination attempt is helping the party realize what's important and come together.
He hits the ground, but he comes back up, and you saw the fight in him when he came back up. And that's what we need in the White House.
I believe at this convention you're going to see a coming together. Even when we don't agree on things totally, I think you're going to see a Ronald Reagan-style Republican Party, where if we agree 80% of the time, we are friends.
Illinois' delegates said they are focused on the issues and working together in the party. As you heard there, I spoke with RNC Strategic Communications Director Tommy Pigott about if Trump will use a more bipartisan approach if he is reelected to the White House.
Well, those solutions that he has to make it so people can afford a home, real wages are rising, make sure that we have an economy that works for everyone, are solutions that all Americans can get behind. We're going to be working with anyone that wants to work with us to make sure that we deliver for the American people on the promises that President Trump is making.
With compromise?
Well, he has those solutions to make sure that he has an economic policy where real wages are rising. He's done it before and he'll do it again.
And now I want to get to the latest in the investigation into Saturday's assassination attempt against the former president. The director of the Secret Service released a statement a few hours ago. It says the agency will participate fully with the independent review of what happened at the rally in western Pennsylvania. One man in the crowd was killed. The former president and two others were hurt. Now, sources say the shooter got off 6 to 8 rounds with his AR-style semi-automatic rifle. Sources also confirmed to CBS News that police were alerted about a suspicious person. He was spotted outside the security perimeter as rally-goers filed into the event. Officers briefly lost track of him before he reappeared on the roof of a nearby building. The local sheriff confirmed an armed municipal officer was hoisted onto the roof of that building, but fell off when the shooter pointed his rifle in the officer's direction. Of course, all of this part of the investigation. That's when police say the gunman turned around and fired into the crowd. Now, the FBI has identified the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. A search of his home this morning, investigators say they found rudimentary bomb materials and in his vehicle and a suspected triggering mechanism in his possession. Investigators say they've not yet uncovered a motive. Law enforcement sources say the rifle found on the shooter's body was legally purchased by and registered to his father. Also this morning, a federal judge has thrown out the classified documents case against former President Trump. Our Skylar Henry joins us from Washington with more on the domino effect this could cause for Mr. Trump's other legal battles.
Incredibly lucky break for the former president.
A Trump-appointed federal judge in Florida has dismissed the classified documents case against the former president. In a 93-page ruling, Judge Eileen Cannon granted the defense motion over concerns special counsel Jack Smith was illicitly appointed.
She also says there's a problem with how his position was funded. She didn't get to that because she said, well, we're going to dismiss this with respect to the appointments clause.
Smith was prosecuting the former president on 37 counts in this case, including the willful retention of national defense secrets in connection to documents held at his Mar-a-Lago estate. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas actually brought up the issue of Smith's appointment in oral arguments for Trump's immunity case.
All of a sudden, he says, you know, I think maybe we should talk about the special counsel and how the special counsel was appointed. Then he mentions it again in a separate opinion.
On social media, Trump wrote, dismissal of the Florida documents case should be the first step and that other cases against him should be quickly dismissed. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Of course, our live coverage will continue all week here from Milwaukee. We will bring you the very latest as it happens. For now, I am reporting live in Milwaukee. Back to you, Jim and Marie.
Thank you, Dana. We know you'll be in the thick of it all week, and we look forward to your reports beginning tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock.